Okay, for CL 8-123, Aaron is a mountain climber. He has ascended, meaning got to the top or walked up. He went up to the top of Pikes Peak in Colorado. The top of Pikes Peak is 14,115 feet above sea level. He begins to descend at an average rate of 1,210 feet per hour. After 3.5 hours, what is his new elevation? Okay, so let's make sure we understand some of the words first. Ascend means, again, like I said, he went up, he went up. Ascend means to go up. He went up to the top of the Pikes Peak. Descend is the opposite, and I'm sure you guys are aware that means he's going down. Descend means he's going down. So he's already at the top. He is at the top. Okay, so I'm just going to do a vertical number line. I'm not going to draw mountains or anything, but he's at 14,115 feet. That's where he's at up here. He's going down 1,210 feet every hour per hour. Okay, 1,210 feet per hour. So 1 hour. He's going down 1,210 feet, so that's negative. He's he's going down. And then so every hour he's going to go down 1,210 feet. So 1,210 feet, 1 hour. Oops. Okay, so after 3 hours he went down a certain amount, but then we have another half an hour. So we have to figure out, okay, what if he goes 1,210 feet in 1 hour? If his rate's 1,210 feet per 1 hour, okay, how much does he go in half an hour? Okay, how many feet does he go in half an hour? Okay, so, well, we kind of know that we just have to divide by 2. Divide by 2, or it's just 1/2. So times 1/2. It's just half of the amount. Oops. Okay, so we only want to know half the distance, so we just divide by 2, or we multiply. Multiply. I keep saying divide. Multiply by 1/2. 1/2. And why I kept saying divide by 2 is now that we have 1 hour times 1/2 is half an hour. That must mean at 1,210 feet, well, to find half of that, we divide by 2. So if we do 2 divided by 1,210, 2 can't go into 1, so 2 goes into 12 6 times. 6 times 2 is 12. Subtract that out. 2 can't go into 1. Okay, so 0 times 2 is 0. And then we have 605. Okay, so at 605 feet, he'll travel 605 feet in half an hour. So he goes down another 605 feet, and that's going to be half an hour. Okay, so that's one way to calculate. We could then subtract 1,115 minus 1210 and do that 3 times, then subtract 605. But I think a faster way is, now that if we see this diagram, we notice we have 3 groups of this. Sorry, my drawing tablet doesn't go that far. We have 3 groups of the 1,210, and we have another half of a group. So this is really just the first group, second group, third group, and then another half a group. So we have 3.5 groups. So I could actually multiply that unit rate we had. Okay, and that's why unit rates are so important. That unit rate we had, we can actually see how far down they went using that unit rate. And I think that's a faster method, and we agreed on that strategy as a class. So we have 1,210 feet for 1 hour, feet per hour. So if we have 3.5 hours, Okay, how many feet are we going to go? So, well, to get 1 to 3.5, we multiply by 3.5. Okay, so 1,210 feet times 3.5. Okay, 0 times 5 is 0, 1 times 5 is 5, 2 times 5 is 10, and then we have 6. 0 times 3 is 0, 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 3 is 6, 1 times 3 is 3. So if we subtract this, I'm sorry, if we add this, we'll have 963. Okay. Why does this look a little off to me? Okay, this should be... Okay, this should be correct. And then we have one place value, so we move the place value over right there. Okay, something still feels a little off. 0 times 5 is 0. Oh, that's where the mistake was. So let's actually go back. I'm sorry. Let's go back and fix our multiplication mistake. I'm going to rewrite this again. Okay, so for our multiplication, we should have 1,210 times 3.5, and this is why you have to write neatly, because Mr. Tran didn't and made a mistake. 0 times 5 is 0. I forgot to add the 0 there. 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10, so you have 0, you add the 1. 1 times 5 is 5, plus 1 is 6. Okay, I forgot this 0 earlier. Okay, and now for the ones place, 0 times 3 is 0. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times 3 is 3. Okay, we'll go ahead and add this up. Okay, and once you add it up, you're going to have 0, 5, 3, 6 plus 6 is 12, 2, 1, and 4. We have one place value here, so I have to move the decimal over one place. So this number means that's how far they descended in the 3.5 hours. In 3.5 hours, they descended 4,235 feet in that half hour. Okay, so now we could use that information to finally answer the question, what's his new elevation? So if he started at 14,115 and he descended, or he went down 4,235, we need to subtract that much. So 4,235. 5 minus 5 is 0. 1 minus 3, we have to borrow, so that's going to be 8. This turns into 0, but we're going to borrow from this 3. So 10 minus 2 is 8. 13 minus 4 is 9. So he's going to, his elevation is going to be at 9,880 feet. That would be his new elevation. Okay, so if he went down that much at this point right here, that's going to be the 9,880 feet. All right.